Any last words of advice to me before you go?
Take out the trash. Water the plants.
Any tips for my survival?
Don't leave the stove on.
Oh, I never do that.
Don't bring strangers in the house.
No promises.
Take care of Mocha.
If the Schornsteinfeger comes, don't get scared.
Right. Any words of advice for my survival? Alone.
Don't eat everything on the first day.
Rude! Wow. Wow.
Don't break my coffee machine.
I don't even use your coffee machine.
Take good care of
But Lord knows you'd still blame me if it broke.
Take good care of Mocha.
Continue taking good care of Mocha.
Mocha.
Mocha is tantamount.
Mocha, are you scared to be left alone with me?
Yes.
No, she loves me. Bye. Bye.
Did I give you good advice? Are you happy now?
No.
Do you know everything you need?
No.
Come on, I gave you money.
True. Thank you.
That's a good mom.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello. I'm being blinded by the sun. It is Friday morning. My mom and my sister just left for their trip. They're going to be gone for 10 days on an island in Germany called Amrum. Why am I not going with them, you ask? Well, because the 2-hour car ride and then 2-hour ferry ride from the mainland to the island was way too daunting for me, and although riding a boat is on my list of fears to face this year, I just avoided. Mocha and I are gonna be home alone together, but I thought I would do a vlog and just kind of see how I get on. It's been a long time since I've been home alone for this long. The way I see it, this could go one of two ways. I could either be super productive and enjoy my time alone in the house, free to do with all of this space whatever I please, or I could turn into an anxious and depressed mess and paranoid. My aim is simply to not let myself completely go during this time, try to stay productive, and not run out of food. Let's get on with the day. Wish me luck. I've just walked into my room and it suddenly dawned on me how much of a pigsty this place is. It's like I hadn't noticed it until now. So I think I'm gonna spend the next hour or so trying to clear up this mess. I think when people see the state that my room is in most of the time, they tend to assume that I'm just like a slob and that I just don't care or that it doesn't bother me, but that's not at all the case. I think society as a whole needs to approach people with messy rooms with a little more compassion and understanding, because a lot of the time this kind of stuff is a very clear but lesser known symptom of mental illness. Depression causes a serious lack of ability to motivate yourself to do the smallest of tasks, and when you already find yourself in a huge clutter that has built up over time, of course that becomes super overwhelming to then be faced with the need to clean it up. Anxiety also plays into this, because when I look at this mess I feel anxious, and the thought of having to clean it makes me even more anxious because I just get overwhelmed. And although I do not have an OCD diagnosis officially, I do display the hoarding element of OCD. I have a really, really hard time getting rid of objects that have outlived their usefulness. I attach emotional value to objects, clothes, books, stuff in general. I feel guilty when I throw away gifts that I have received that I know from the get-go that I will never use. It's a huge problem for me, where for a normal person it would take probably about half an hour to get this room sparkling clean, to easily make the decisions necessary to discard the items that are no longer useful. For me, it's like this process could take days because I second guess every single decision. I get overwhelmed. I have to take breaks because my heart rate starts going up because I'm panicking because I feel so overwhelmed by everything. At the same time, I really do hate seeing the state of this room. My boyfriend, for example, is a very, very clean, organized, and minimalistic person. He doesn't really have a lot of stuff. Everything serves a purpose. Everything has a place. When I stay with him, I actually feel much more productive, much more calm, and it's much easier for me to gather my thoughts and sit down to get work done because I don't have to move a million objects off of all of the different surfaces to make room for myself to be able to sit down and work. All that is to say, let's get cracking and clean up this mess.
One eternity later.
I have been at this cleaning thing for I don't even know how many hours. Oh my god, it is the first time that I'm speaking in this room since I finished cleaning and there's an echo. This room is like spotless right now. But it's kind of crazy because the cleaner that it gets, now I'm noticing things that are like bothering me, like things that I want to make more perfect. Like I'm noticing places on the walls where there's like smudges and weird chips in the paint, and now I want to fix that. I don't know what it is about my brain and how my brain works, but I literally always go to extremes. Like it's either a total mess and I don't care about anything, or it's spotlessly perfect. It's kind of a little weird. I had such a big to-do list of things that I wanted to do today that have all been sacrificed in the name of getting this cleaning thing done in this room. I will say that there's been a couple like junk drawers that have been created. A lot of the I've kind of just like taken the mess and buried it. I have a lot of like under the bed storage where I've kind of like shoved all my problems in there to deal with them another time. So there's no actual like decluttering that's been done. I haven't thrown away anything aside from actual trash, which was everywhere, by the way. But at the very least, my room in which I sleep and recharge and seek my moments of peace at the end of the day is clean and looks nice. I also have my filming room, which is a whole nother monster to slay for another day, but I'm really proud of what I accomplished in here today. Now the hard part is gonna be actually maintaining it, because it's one thing to do it and it's another thing to actually keep it looking this way. So fingers crossed that my procrastination will not get the best of me and I will put in my literally just 5 minutes a day to keep this room looking the way it looks now. As you can see, first of all, there are no more objects all over the floor. It is all clean. The one thing that's bothering me really badly is this like cluster of wires and cables here. It's really annoying, but I don't know a solution for this. Until we live in a wireless society, they're just an eyesore that has to be tolerated. If anyone has any ideas for what I can do here to like hide the wires, let me know. On top of my dresser, I have put this little set of drawers that I've stolen from my mom. She has a ton of these and she wasn't using them, so I took them from her room and just put them up here so I can put like little jewelry and knickknacks in there. I have my little lucky turtle and my little drawing of my teddy bears. I have a candle and some matchsticks hiding inside here. In this corner, I have my handbag and my basket of teddy bears. This is not nearly all the teddy bears that I have. It's a little crazy, but there's just, you know, my little family here. And then this is the view of the window. It's all very nice and very clean. I'm kind of in awe of what I have accomplished today. I also have this little shelf above my bed that has my Reed scent diffuser. This is my favorite thing. It's from the Body Shop and it smells amazing. It is salted caramel and vanilla scented. I have my Tibetan / Nepali singing bowl. This is great for meditation or for just clearing the energy of the room. And I have my little birthday card from my boyfriend. With all of this cleaning, I have seriously worked up an appetite. I'm so hungry right now, but lucky for me, it's 6:45, so it's just about dinner time, so I'm going to go cook something and settle into my evening vibes. I'm stressing out a little bit because I did have a ton of stuff that I wanted to do today that didn't get done, but hopefully the space I've cleared in my bedroom will allow me that calm, peaceful, organized, productive energy that I will need to catch up on lost time over the next couple days. It's a little past 8 p.m. now, and I'm just getting into the money-making portion of my day. I work online for a transcription and captioning service. I'm not gonna be saying which one, but pretty much people send like their YouTube videos and their interviews and different like videos and audio files, and I transcribe and caption them. It pays super badly. It's like you make probably like $5 an hour, and I try to put at least 4 or 5 hours into it every day. Try to make at least 20 bucks a day just to have some money at the end of the week to reinvest back into my channel. For some reason, I've noticed that most of the better paid projects and the better in general, as in not such a pain in the ass to caption projects, tend to come out later at night for me. So I usually tend to get started like after 7 p.m. This feels like a good time to let you know that if you want to support this channel financially, my Patreon is linked down below, and when you donate to Patreon, you get access to all kinds of behind the scenes footage, polls, photos, sneak peeks, and live streams, and tons of other stuff. So go check that out if you want to support this channel and maybe reduce the number of soul-sucking hours that I have to spend working on these captioning projects. Some of them are good. Honestly, some of them are good. Sometimes I've come across a few videos from like YouTubers that I actually watch, or I've discovered YouTubers that I like through this captioning service. So sometimes I get projects that are actually interesting. I get to learn something new or discover a new creator that I like, or the audio quality just isn't shit, and so I don't like hate every single second of it. But generally it is a pretty boring, grueling, and thankless job. Just been typing away for the last few hours. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to eat something because I'm hungry again, take a shower, and do my bullet journal and my to-do list for tomorrow, and go to bed. I've been thinking back to how a few years ago, back in like 2017, my generalized anxiety kind of focused in on health anxiety and hypochondria. And I remembered that at that point, I was afraid to shower. I would flat out refuse to shower if there was nobody else in the house, because I got this idea in my head that what if I slip and fall, or what if I pass out in the shower and no one's home, no one notices anything, no one checks on me, and I die in the shower. while washing myself. So you can imagine that took quite a toll on my personal hygiene. And you can also imagine the kind of awful headspace that I was in at that time. I'm very thankful to say that I am no longer terrified of taking showers. I do, however, now have a recurring and repeating vision in my mind of slipping in the shower and breaking my teeth, because my sister fell and broke her teeth last year, and now I'm terrified that it will happen to me too. So we have things to work on, clearly, but at least I can take a shower and not think that I will die. This vlog is gonna be so long, I'm calling it now. If I can edit this down to under 20 minutes, I'm a rock star. I doubt that I will. It's probably gonna be like 40 minutes or something, like 10 minutes per day. Ugh, I really want to start editing tonight, but I shouldn't. I'm such a night owl, like literally. My baseline, my normal is going to bed at like 4 in the morning, maybe 3. But I miss out so much like daylight hours. It's just not healthy. Even though like I genuinely do believe that some people are biologically programmed to go to bed at later times. Some people's like circadian rhythm, their circadian cycle or whatever, just starts later. Some people naturally just tend to be night owls or morning birds, early birds, whatever. I do consider myself to be a night owl. My mom thinks that I'm a early bird because I used to wake up. Like in high school, I never had problems waking up in the morning. Like I set my alarm and I woke up when my alarm rang and nobody had to drag me out of bed. But that was just because like I don't like having to rush in the morning, so I forced myself to get out of bed because I didn't want to have to rush and feel panicked in the morning to get ready. But my mom thinks that I'm just like a natural like morning person, which I just reject this concept completely. But I am trying to not wake up later than like 10 a.m. Enough chit chat. I'm gonna go. Apologizing now for the length of this video. I'm sure this will not be good. I'm sure it will be good, but it will be long. This doesn't even look, okay. I'm gonna go. Hello friends, it is day 2 of fending for myself out here in the wilderness of being home alone. I have a decision to make. I have a task to fulfill today that I really do not want. It is a giant, very difficult, very complicated task. I have to go buy milk. I normally consume about half a liter of milk every single day, and I only have half a liter left. And tomorrow is Sunday, and in this country, everything is closed on Sunday, except for restaurants and gas stations. And the nearest gas station where I could go to buy milk is 6 kilometers away, and I have only ever traveled that route while drunk at night in the rain with my dog on my bike. Biking 6 kilometers to get there and 6 kilometers to get back is a task that does not bear thinking about. Anyway, so I have 3 options today. Number 1. Go to my local supermarket. I have not been to my local supermarket in 4 months because I used to work at my local supermarket, and 4 months ago I quit my job because my panic attacks were starting to get bad again, and so I went and I talked to my boss and I said that I had to quit my job, and she was kind enough to let me go without doing my like 2 weeks notice, last 2 weeks of work thing, because she understood since it's for mental health reasons, and she let me go. But that meant that I did not have an opportunity to say goodbye to any of my old co-workers, and I did text my head of my team and apologized and told her what was going on, but she never replied, so now I'm convinced that she is angry with me, and nobody has seen or heard from me since. So I have been avoiding it for 4 months so that I do not have to have the "where did you go? What happened?" conversation. And because I am ashamed for leaving on such short notice without saying goodbye. Also, on a side note, I hate supermarkets. 2 years ago, I could not go to a supermarket by myself at all because the panic was just too much and I couldn't handle it. Now I can handle it through breathing exercises and calming myself down and trying to rush through the aisles as quickly as humanly possible. However, because of the whole COVID thing and the masks thing, of course, I support wearing masks. Wear a damn mask. I'm like totally not one of these like, I can't breathe, free human rights, people. It's stupid. Wear your damn mask. But for a person with anxiety who, you know, when you are having an anxiety attack or a panic attack, already you feel like you're suffocating and you can't breathe properly, of course having to wear a mask just makes that worse because you feel more claustrophobic and more like you can't breathe properly. So it is really, you know, not pleasant. And also, if I go to the supermarket, I will definitely buy chocolate. And I do not need to buy chocolate, but I will definitely buy chocolate or some other kind of snacks that I do not need. Option number 2 is a little organic food shop that is about 3 kilometers away, and I could get there by bike. According to Google Maps, this bike route takes about 8 minutes. From experience, I know that it takes me 20 minutes, and by the time I get there, I am sweaty and exhausted. It also closes at midday at 12, so it is now already almost 10, so if I don't get there before 12, I will not get my milk. I hate long bike rides, and yes, to me, in my brain, 3 kilometers is a long bike ride. I hate long bike rides. I acknowledge that they are good for me and that I only hate them because I am so unfit that a 3 kilometer bike ride is exhausting, and I get there out of breath and like sweating like I have been drenched in the fires of hell, and this is entirely my fault. This should not be a big task. God, I don't even want to think about having to then bike home with 2 liters of milk weighing me down. Option number 3 is to take the bus to the neighboring town and go to one of the supermarkets there. But the bus schedule will probably ensure that I will be stranded in the neighboring town for 2 hours when my shopping trip will last about 15 minutes. And on top of all of these factors, all of these conversations, questions, and decisions that I have in my brain, I also only have one 50-euro bill, and I know that what I need to buy is much less than 50 euros, so I already have that pre-guilt that I am calculating about paying with a bill that is way too large. So there's also that. But what can you do? I need milk. I am so annoyed. Okay, I will let you guys know what I decide. For now, I'm going to eat breakfast and take my dog for a walk. Okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh my god. 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 No, no, no. No! Stai. I've decided to go to the supermarket. I'm an anxious mess. My chest feels tight, and I am lightheaded, and I am panicky, but I will go to the supermarket because facing your fears is the way out of anxiety, and avoiding your fears is the way to make your anxiety worse. So, let's go. From the great adventure of grocery shopping. I talked to a few of my coworkers. They generally just expressed concern for me and asked how I was doing and if I was okay. Nobody hated me. I bought way more stuff than I should have carried on my bike, but somehow made it home with 5 liters of liquid in the front basket of the bicycle, a super heavy backpack, a bag full of fruit on my right shoulder, and my camera over my left shoulder, and an elderly couple in a car waiting at the stoplight saw me struggling with all of my things and getting them all in order so that I could ride home, and they were like laughing at me, but in like a very cute, sympathetic sort of way. So, mission accomplished. It was a good day. I have no idea what time it is, but it's probably like really late. It's 3. It's almost 3. Excuse me! This day is not very on schedule, but I went shopping. Faced the fear of rejection and hatred from my coworkers, ex-coworkers. There's a cat here. I'm interested to see how Mocha will react. She doesn't appear to have seen the cat yet. Oh, she's going to the cat now. Oh! Go on. Wow. She's gone. She's gone, doggy. She wins. Sorry, you can't climb. Beginning of day 3 of me being alone at home. I feel like I'm able to just do a lot of things undisturbed that normally I'm not able to do undisturbed because I'm always being disturbed. Ha! The wisdom of the universe has called to me and has spoken to me in a dream and has told me that I am putting way too many things on my to-do list. I am not taking account of things such as transition time between activities, bathroom breaks, things possibly taking longer than I expect that they will take. And because of this reason, I constantly feel like a failure because I never get everything on my to-do list done because I'm putting too many things on my to-do list. So I am stopping that today in favor of allowing myself to focus properly on the things that need to get done and actually getting them done and not feeling like a failure at the end of the day, and realizing that doing fewer things well is better than doing many things poorly. Anyways, I have a couple things to work on today, but the biggest goal of the day is, drumroll please, cleaning the filming room. That's right, kids. I've taken the inspiration, motivation, and confidence left behind from putting my bedroom in order and decided to apply that same energy to cleaning the filming room, which, as I said, is a whole nother monster to slay because there is so much stuff in there and it is such a huge mess. But if I manage to clean my filming room properly, I will feel so proud and happy inside, and so, you know, let's do that today. Also, I'm wearing a Metallica shirt with some serious side boob, which I clearly have not worn in 2 years because it still smells like our musty old attic in Shanghai. I've tried to refrain from wearing certain clothes, almost like rationing them, because I never wanted to lose that smell. Smell is the one of the 5 senses that is most closely tied to memory and most easily triggers memories, and yeah, this shirt still smells like my old home, and I'm kind of sad to be wearing it and to be letting that smell go. But also, it's been 2 years, and like I said, I have a really hard time letting things go, but at one point or another you have to bite the bullet and just move on. So, sucks, but that's life. Change is inevitable. Nobody really likes change, at least not at first, because our brains are programmed not to like change because change is dangerous and scary and risky, and those are not good things for humans, typically. But, you know, we're not getting hunted by saber-toothed tigers anymore and fighting mammoths in our spare time, so change is necessary, and for the most part is a instrument to growth. Anyways, enough with the sappy, nostalgic blabberings. I will continue to sniff this shirt like a weirdo for the rest of the day and be sad that this smell will be gone after I put this in the washing machine. Okay. C'est la vie. Bye-bye. When I said the filming room was a monster that needed to be slayed, I was not joking. This is what my desk looks like right now. As you can see, it is clearly completely unusable. This is what this shelf looks like right now. This is what the floor looks like right now. These are suitcases that I brought to my boyfriend's place that I still haven't unpacked. This is what my shelves look like. They are totally disorganized. This is what this corner of the room looks like. This is what the other corner of the room looks like. This is what the windowsill looks like. This is what this storage unit looks like. The amount of chaos and things that are in this room is honestly insane. I was shocked that I was able to finish cleaning my bedroom in one day yesterday. I will be even more shocked if I can actually finish cleaning this room in one day. It will definitely take at least twice as long as my bedroom took, probably more. It might be a 2 or 3 day project, but we'll have to see. As always, it's possible that I'm just overthinking and overestimating the amount of work that it takes to clean this up, and maybe that's why it's stayed like this for so long, because I've convinced myself that it's hard to clean up when it actually isn't. That is a possibility, but we'll really have to see. It's gonna be a lot of work either way for sure, so let's get cracking. It's about noon right now, so let's go. I've been at this on and off for like 6 hours now. I feel like I've barely made any progress. Everything still looks like a mess. I'm totally pissed off. I haven't accomplished a damn thing in this room, but my ankles hurt from standing, but at this point, I can't bring myself to stop, because if I stop, the only thing that's gonna accomplish is I'm gonna have to do this shit tomorrow as well. And then tomorrow will be ruined too. So the more I can get done today, the better it will be in the long run. But I'm just so frustrated. Like, I don't know what to do, because it's too much, man. I'm exhausted. And I'm also clearly in dire need of different storage options, because the storage things that I have for this room right now are not really effective for storing the things that need to be stored. Like, I could have such a better use of space in this room if I just had the right storage items. I'm just so annoyed. I really just want to like lie down and curl up and cry in defeat, but I have to keep going. It's literally like almost 7 p.m. It's like nighttime. This is the only thing I've done today. So frustrating. It's like 7:45 now. I haven't even stopped for dinner. Morale is super low. I think it's time to stop. This task has honestly ruined my day. It's an important thing to get done, but it's really hard not having any help. It's really hard being confronted with all of the discarding decisions that need to be made that I'm really disinclined to have to make. Hello, Mocha. Ah, you're wet the nose. No, she wants cuddles. She wants pets. She's like, why are you not giving me attention? Excuse you. Right now, out in the living room, there's like a mess of, like, I moved the glass coffee table that was in here out into the living room, and it has a bunch of stuff on it that needs to be sorted through and put away. Then there's, my suitcases are out in the hallway. There's a pile of shoes and clothes that I want to sell or donate that is also in the living room, because it can't stay in here. I have to move it up into the attic. There's like Easter decorations that have been camping out in here that also need to be moved up into the attic. There's a lot of stuff I need to move upstairs, and just a lot of mess in general. so I'm gonna stop for today and go have some dinner and just, I don't know, I think I'm gonna get an early bedtime today and not try to do anything else, because if I'm gonna finish this tomorrow, I'm gonna need all of my energy. Anyway, so this is what we are working with right now. This is how it's looking like. My suitcase and a pile of a bunch of stuff is still out here. And this is like the stuff that I had to move into the living room. It's not ideal. It's day 4 and I think it's time to end the vlog here. I don't really think there's much new stuff that I have to contribute to this video anymore, but I do want to show you what I accomplished in the filming room before I leave. I didn't film much yesterday, but I pretty much spent the whole day in here cleaning and doing this. So I have accomplished an echo. There is now an echo in this room. There's still work to be done. There's still like a lot of random miscellaneous items that I don't necessarily need to keep, but for the time being, the space looks really good. So that's, you know, this is good. I think what I'm gonna end up doing for the filming room is that, first of all, I have put all of the non-essential and infrequently used items into boxes and move them up into the attic. And I'm gonna just take one down every week or every other week and just go through it and decide what to keep and what to get rid of. That way I can go through the decluttering process slowly and surely without overwhelming myself or trying to do too much at once and just getting totally exhausted and unmotivated. I'm also trying to save up for new furniture for the filming room because I feel like some of the shelves and like the cubby holes and stuff in there is just not ideal storage solutions for the type of objects that I need to store in there. So I'd just like to get some new storage things to replace the old ones that I have in there. And I really need to get a new desk because the one that I have in there now wobbles. It's broken and it wobbles, and I never work in there because I hate the desk. So I am trying to save for a replacement for that. My grandparents called and I showed them the progress that I made in the filming room, and my grandma started crying and saying how I can accomplish anything I set my mind to, and she just doesn't want to die before I accomplish greatness in my life. So now I am having a anxiety attack, which the misconception is that anxiety attacks always look like that. No. I just have a little tightness in my chest, a little feeling like I can't get a good breath in, but I'm just trying to calm down and ignore the fact that I am disappointing my entire family or whatever. They mean well, they really do, but I think very few people in my life really get me or my goals and kind of, I don't know. I hope one day I can turn all of my many ventures and ideas into something worthy of their respect, so they'll see that all along while they thought I was doing nothing, I was just, you know, a little seed in the ground working really hard to sprout. Anyways, that was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you learned something or that I entertained you in some way or maybe motivated you to clean your room. If I've accomplished any of those things, then I am glad. I think for the most part what I managed to do with my time alone at home was definitely the cleaning, which I normally wouldn't be able to do because For me, cleaning requires moving stuff out of the room that I'm trying to clean in order to make space for me to clean it, and a lot of the times this plan is not a plan that my mom likes very much because she doesn't really approve of the make a mess to get rid of the mess kind of workflow. Some of the things that I found challenging was just that, you know, there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done to keep a household running optimally by yourself. You know, you have to remember to do the laundry and to hang it up and to take it down, and you have to remember to do the dishes and to wipe down the counters in the kitchen, and you have to put all of the food away and all of the things away that you use, and you have to remember to walk the dog and to feed the dog and to water the plants and vacuum and mop and do all of these things that need to get done to keep a tidy home. And it was a little much, it was a little overwhelming for me. The whole week I wanted to make a soup or to like cook something, like cook real food, but instead I ended up just putting like pre-made schnitzels into the oven and defrosting frozen vegetables for my meals, because by the time I got everything that needed to get done, I was already like too exhausted to spend a lot of time cooking food, so I kind of did just a lot of quick meals. But I didn't starve, the dog didn't starve, the house, I will say, other than my 2 rooms that I've cleaned, the house is a little messy. There's a little bit of chaos that's been allowed to pile up, so I do have to take care of that before mom gets home. Taking the dog for walks really helped to just clear my mind and get a little bit of exercise in and just make sure I wasn't staying cooped up indoors the whole time, because if I didn't have a dog, that's probably what I would have done. I probably wouldn't have left the house at all this week except for shopping, which is not helpful and not really great for anyone's mental health, let alone someone who already has mental health issues. So I'm glad I had that reason to remind me to go out and get some sunshine. I'm probably gonna do a follow-up to this video with just like an actual list of tips rather than a vlog, and just like letting you guys know my top tips for things you can do when you're home alone, how to reduce your anxiety of being home alone and things like that. Let me know in the comments if that is something that you guys would enjoy, and I'll put something together. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe for more content on trying new things, increasing your health and happiness, and overcoming your fears. To support me and my channel and get access to exclusive behind the scenes footage, polls, live streams, and more, you can donate to my Patreon, which is linked down below. You can also support me by buying my art from my website, which is also linked down below. And if you want to see what else I do on social media, all of those links are in the description as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!